everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome to a new playthrough. Today I'm playing Arkham Horror, the card game, and I'm picking up right where I left off the last one. If you didn't watch the last video, I definitely want to go watch it. My investigators, Daisy and Mark, we just finished the Mythos phase. Daisy drew this card, Obscuring Fog, which adds +2 to your location Shroud. The good news is I've already investigated it, so I don't have to worry about that card. That can just stay put. Now what I need to do is reveal another cultist. There's only 2 left in this pile to reveal. Daisy does have 4 clues. She needs to get these 2 clues so I can get the victory here. It would be nice if I could get Ruth Turner, but she has got a very difficult evade. And there's 2 clues down here. So let's go ahead. Let's have Daisy go. She will cash in these 4 clues and reveal the next cultist, which is Peter Warren, the occult professor. Spawn at Miskatonic University. As an action, spin 2 clues. You can parlay with him. Oh, that's going to be nice. All right. So if Daisy can get these 2, she can move down here and immediately parlay with him. So for her, that was 3. She has 3 actions. She just spent 1 to do that. She will move for her second action. And she's got 2 clues here that she needs to try to get. And what did I do with her deck? Oh, wait, she used all her cards. Never mind. Wow, I didn't think about that. Her hand is empty. She's burned them all using, so she has no cards to play, and it's a Shroud of 3. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So for her, she spent an action. She moved. For her third and final action, she'll investigate here. So she needs to do a 5 versus 3. She got the tombstone. What is the tombstone? -3. 5 minus 3 is 2, so she failed. If you fail, place 1 of your clues on your location. Well, thankfully, she does not have a clue to lose, but that is the end of her turn. It is now Mark's turn. Well, Mark has no weapon out. He does have the Venturer. Oh, man. I don't know. Let's see. Did I forget to draw cards again? I may have. If I did, that's on me. All right, because she has no cards, which is weird because she should have at least 1 for the draw. But actually, no, that's not true. I drew her hypochondria. Never mind. Okay. Mark, what are you going to do, Mark? We've got all the clues here. There's 2 here, but he's never going to get them. He could go to Easttown to investigate. If he moves here, I really want to get Ruth Turner. I think he can evade her because his evade is 3, her evade is 5. If he could get some cards to help him, and if he gets to the hospital, he can heal 3 damage for an action. So let's do this. To get to the hospital, he would have to go 1, 2, 3. That would get him there. And that would be the end of his turn. Do I want to do that? Well, if he goes through here, Peter Warren is going to engage him. And he doesn't have any clues. So let's just get to the hospital. I can go, if I get here, I can go 1, 2, 3. So let's go investigate Easttown. It says there are 2 clues per investigator. So there are 4 clues here, not just 1 clue per investigator. Excuse me. That was his first action. While you're in Easttown, reduce the cost of each ally you play by 2. Oh, that would have been helpful, but oh well. He could investigate. He's got a 2 investigate versus a 2 shroud. He's got flashlight, and he could put that out to reduce that to 0. And he can gain 3 resources with emergency cash. So he moved. He's got 2 actions left. Place flashlight, and then he could do an investigate. Yeah, let's do that. I'll play flashlight for 2, and it has 3 uses on it. That was his second action. And for his third and final action, he will investigate. He'll spend a flashlight resource to knock that down to 0. So it's 2 versus 0. Two plus one is 3, and he does gain a clue, and that is the end of his turn. Okay, enemy phase. There are no enemies that will move in my direction, so flip these back over. I never flipped them under to begin with. They each get a resource, and they each get to draw cards. Daisy draws 2 and keeps 1. Manual dexterity, evade. There's an evade. That would be helpful to help Mark down here. I'll keep that one on the off chance that I can coordinate this. Mark draws Beat Cop. Well, I already have an ally out, so the Beat Cop's not really going to help me, but we'll see. That is the end of the upkeep phase. Now it's the Mythos phase. We put a Doom token out. There is now 3 out of 8. Daisy went first, right? Yes, and then Mark went. So Daisy draws on Wings of Darkness. Test 4 agility. If you fail, take a damage and 1 horror. Then disengage from each non-Night Gaunt enemy engaged and move to central. Well, she's not engaged with one, but that doesn't matter. You still have to move to a central location, which is not good because I need those clues. If you fail, take a damage. Then disengage. Now, wait a minute. Does that if you fail, take a damage. Then disengage from each non-Night Gaunt enemy engage with you and move. So you still have to move, I think. If I'm reading that card right, I still have to move. All right, so she needs to test 4 will. Her will is 3, and she has nothing to help her. So she is probably going to fail, unless she gets a +1. 3, she fails it. So she takes a damage and a horror. So she's down to 5 and 3 health. Ugh. Okay, she's already used the hospital too, so she can't use the hospital again. And she is forced to move here. That was her reveal of the card. Now Mark draws Hunting Shadows. You must spend a clue or take 2 damage. Well, I don't want to take 2, so I will spend this clue, and that is it. All right. Investigator phase. Let's see. Mark. She doesn't have 2 clues to spend to parley with him, so she needs to get to, and this says barricade. The attached location cannot be investigated, so she can't even get these clues without removing that barricade. Mark hasn't been to the graveyard, which he can't do directly. He has to go here. So let's do that. Let's say Mark goes 1, 2, 3. Gets to St. Mary's and heals on his next turn. She can go 1, 2. Actually, what he could do is go 1, 2, and try to get this door broken down, and then she'll fall. That's what I'm going to do. So on his turn, he'll go 1 for 1 action. He'll move here for 2nd action, and there is a barricaded door. He needs to test 4 fight to break it down. He has 5 fights, and I will contribute Beat Cop to make it 6 versus 4. 6 plus 1 is 7. So this comes down, and that was his. So he went 1, 2, 3. So his actions are done. He is done. Daisy can now move here for 1 action. She will investigate. She's got an investigative 5 versus Shroud of 3. 5 versus 3. 5 plus 1 is 6. She gets 1. That was her 2nd action. And for her 3rd and final action, 5 versus 3. Does he have anything to contribute? No. 5 versus 3. 5 minus 2 is still 3. She gets the 2nd clue. So she has enough clues to go parlay with him. She can move there directly on her next turn. So she's done. That is the end of the investigator phase. Enemy phase, nothing that's hunting me. Upkeep, flip these over. Everybody gets a resource. Everybody gets a card. Daisy draws her 2 and keeps 1. Grim Memoir or Holy Rosary. You get +1 will. It's also got 2 sanity protection. Spend a secret. You get +2. If you succeed, you may draw a card. She's already got 1 in her hand. She could get this one. It's a tome. Let's do that. I will take that because remember, she gets a free action if she has a tome, because she can only use that tome for the free action. That is her draw. Mark draws another weapon. Excellent. All right. So he'll have to give this one up, which he will do. I think that's a free action to discard it. I'm pretty sure you can just discard it. Okay. That is the end of the upkeep. Doom. Now we're at 4 out of 8. And I forgot to set the timer. We are at 4 out of 8. And now we draw cards. Daisy, Mark went first to break the door down, then Daisy. So Mark draws Crypt Chill, test for will. If you fail, choose and discard 1 asset. Well, I should have kept I'll retro that. Keep it. Test for will. My will is 3. And I'm not going to even try to, I'm just going to see if I get it. +1 would help. 3 minus 1. So I do fail it, and I will discard the cult. Daisy draws Obscuring Fog attached to this location. Well, that's already been investigated, so no big deal. And that is the end of the Mythos phase. All right, we got to do this right. We're running out of time. If Daisy...
Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and let me interrupt this video for about 30 seconds to let you know about my new Patreon. It's just $2 a month, and all of my patrons get access to all of my videos that normally appear on YouTube, but they get them a week earlier than normal. I also have a number of games that I play privately that only my patrons have access to. In addition, once a week, we do a live miniature painting session. You come online with me and we paint and chat. I also do a once a month live chat session. We talk about anything and everything. If this sounds of interest to you, check the video description below. There's a link to my Patreon. Like I said, it's just $2 a month. And what those extra funds allow me to do is make more videos. And that's what I want to do. So I hope you'll consider joining me as a patron. And now let's get back to the video.
Hey everybody, sorry about that. My the power flickered. It didn't go off. I didn't hardly even notice it, but apparently it was enough to reset my camera, which stopped recording. I went back and watched as far as I got. I was explaining that I was going to move Daisy here to parlay and then move her up here. I did that. I got the 2 clues from here, parlayed, and moved here. And then Mark moved over and exposed the graveyard. And then during the Mythos phase, which was when the camera died, I put another token out. She drew an Acolyte, which I put 1 Doom on, and he drew a Hunting Night Gaunt. Then I had to shuffle the deck. Why are there 2 of my cards in here? These are in here. I had to shuffle this to because Daisy used them up, and then for Mark, I drew the Hunting Night Gaunt. That's how it went. All right. So I think we're getting pretty close to the end of this game. I am at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Doom tokens out of 8. I don't think I have to resign. As an action, I have to quit before this card flips. I was kind of hoping to make it a little further, but I did not. So it is now the investigator phase, and I've got to decide. Now, Mark is engaged, so he's got to fight this. He won't be able to get these clues. Daisy has no clues. She can get 2. I don't think I'm going to have enough time, because here's the problem. If I reveal, let's say I do another action here. At the Mythos phase, it's going to put a 7th Doom out. But the bad news is, if one of my characters draws an Acolyte or something that adds a Doom, that will be the 8th token, which will trigger the 8th on here, which means I could fail this scenario. So instead, find as many cultists as you can and add them to the victory. If there are 6 cultists, if there are 6, advance. Not all 6 of them are in the cultist deck. Well, I figured that out. I've only got 4 in the display. So I'm going to fail this. I'm not going to be able to advance this, which stinks. Find as many unique cultist enemies. I did get the Masked, which is a cultist elite. 4. She would be 5. All right. I guess you just have to push through. Okay, let's figure out how I'm going to do this. Mark needs to kill the hunting night gaunt, which has 3 fight, 4 health. If he uses 2 actions with 2 bullets and is successful on both, he'll kill it. Then he can do an investigate to get 1. Daisy could get 2, 3. I don't think I'm just going to play this out and see how it works. Okay, so Mark will spend a bullet. He gets +1. No, he doesn't have Lita is not with him. So his fight is 5 versus 3. I will contribute nothing. Well, no. Guard dog would have been good to get out, but unfortunately I cannot. So let's just see. 5 versus 3. 5 minus 1 is 4, so I do put 2 damage on him. 1, 2. I'll do another action. This is my second action. I'll do the same thing. I'll spend a bullet. I've got 4 bullets left. 5 versus 3. 5 minus 1 is 4, so I do kill it. I have 1 more action. I will investigate. My investigate is 2 versus a shroud of 1, and I have nothing that is going to improve that. So, I can spend the flashlight. I can spend a supply, which knocks that down 2. So it goes down to 0. It can't go negative. It goes to 0. So I'm doing 2 versus 0. And I got it. I did get a clue. And that is my third and final action, and he is done. All right. Daisy. Daisy needs to investigate. Well, Ruth would be the 5th one, which would let me do that. This is not good. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to reset her. I got 3 actions. I'm going to use her free action for her tome. So it has 4 secrets on it. So let me put 4 on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It says I can spend a secret and do an investigate. You get +2. If you succeed by 2 or more, you draw a card. But I have a card here which says seeking answers, which I can apply if you succeed. Instead of discovering a clue at your location, discover a clue to connecting. I could get 1 and then 2 more for a total of 4. So with the tome action, this is a free investigate. So I'm not going to spend this. I'm going to spend, this would get me that clue. And then I'd have 3 turns to get these 2 clues. I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend a secret. I'm going to investigate here. +2. So it's 7 versus 3. 7 versus 3. And if I succeed by 2 or more, I get to draw a card. 7 versus 3. The tombstone is -3, which is 4. I didn't fail. I do get a clue, but I don't get to draw a card. All right, so that was her free action. That was her bonus action. So she's still got 3 regular actions to do. And that was a tome that she got to do. So I can still use the tome for that +2 investigate, but I'm going to spin this card with it to make it. I'm going to spend a clue. So I get +2, and this gives me plus if you succeed. So I'm at 7 versus 3. And it says if you succeed, you can get a clue at a different location. 7 minus 3 is 4. It does beat it. So I still succeed, and I'll pull this one. No victory, so no big deal there. For her second action, I'll do 1 more investigate. It's 5 versus 3. Do I want to add a card? No, I don't have a card to add. 5 versus 3. This is an auto fail because of the Necronomicon. So I failed to get on her second action. So on the third action, I do it again. 5 versus 3. This is the last thing she can do. Is that right? I went 1, free action. 1, 2. Yeah, third action. 5 versus 3. I got 5 minus 3 is 2. I failed. Place one of your clues on your location. So unfortunately, she has to put one of her clues back here, and that is it. She is done. So here comes the bad news. I should have gone down here and defeated this acolyte. And I may still be able to do that. Enemies, there's an acolyte, he stays here. He's not a hunter, he's not coming at me. Place a doom token. So now there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I reveal one more doom token, I've run out of time. Now, flip these over. Get a resource for each one of them. Draw a card. Daisy draws 2 and keeps 1. Tooth of Ezreal, Ward of Protection. I'll take the Ward of Protection. Mark draws Alice Luxley, an ally. All right. Now I put the doom token on, which I just did, and it reveal cards. Okay, so Mark went first, then Daisy. Mark draws Mysterious Chanting. Place 2 doom on the nearest cultist. All right. Now, this doesn't trigger yet. It triggers it at the Mythos phase. But if Mark can get down here and kill him... Oh, wait, hold on. This is the Mythos. I think it's at the end of the Mythos phase is a check. Or is it at the start? I don't know. Oh, I should have checked on that rule. All right, so he drew. Let's draw her. Test 4 agility. If you fail, you have to disengage and go here. So she's not even going to be able to get these clues, so it doesn't really matter. But we're still going to draw. We're going to do the 4 will. She'll contribute nothing. So 4, her will is 3 versus 4. All I can hope for is the +1 token. 3 versus 4. I failed it. If you place a doom on the nearest cultist enemy. So we have now crossed it. And I think that is the end. I'm pretty sure this is how this plays out. So I do have 8. 12 bells ring. It is midnight. No time left to investigate. You must act based on the information you've collected. Do resolution number 2. All right, so we go to resolution number 2 for the midnight masks. Resolution number 2 is on page 26. 12 bells ring out, signaling midnight. You're out of time. The cult's ritual will begin shortly. You've managed to obtain useful information about the cult. You can only hope it's enough. In your campaign log, under cultists we interrogated, record the names of each unique cultist in this display. Okay. In your campaign log, under cultists who got away, record the name of each unique enemy still remaining in the cultist deck, which is Herman Collins and Ruth Turn. In your campaign log, record it is past midnight. If the Ghoul Priest is in the victory display, cross out Ghoul Priest. Now, I killed the Ghoul Priest in the first session, so that's fine. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory of each card in the victory display. All right. So victory, I get 1, 2, 4, 5, and then I investigated successfully the Miskatonic University, which is for 1. So what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't get this one. Oh, there was another one. I didn't get this one. Darn it. I got Miskatonic University. That was the only one. So I never got this one, and I didn't get, and that was the only one. Oh, this one. I got this one. So 7. So once again, I got 7 XP. All right. So what I'll do between now and the 3rd scenario, the final scenario, I have 7 XP, which I'll go and upgrade my deck. The 7th scenario is called... Well, where is it? Sorry. The Devourer Below. All right, that's all I got. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Sorry for that little hiccup in the middle there. I will be back very soon with the next scenario, the final scenario in the Night of the Zealot campaign. I hope you're enjoying this. I know I am. I love playing this game. I'll be back very soon with the next video. Until then, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.